You know that feeling when a friend comes over, you've got a decent coffee maker, but they're eyeing that fancy espresso rig and you can see the doubt in their eyes? Do I really need all that tech, or am I just going to end up with a pricey paperweight? That's the exact moment I thought about making a video like this. I've spent a few weeks actually setting up the Pedrocchi Espresso machine with grinder and milk frother, watching tutorials, testing the grind range, and reading through the handful of reviews that actually exist. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. My goal here is to help you decide whether this machine is a good fit for your kitchen or whether you'd be better off saving the cash for something simpler. First off, let's talk about why a lot of people hesitate at the door of the all-in-one espresso world. The price tag alone can feel like a commitment, and then there's the learning curve. You're looking at a machine that promises commercial-grade pressure, auto-tamping, dual boilers, and even a built-in grinder with 35 settings. That sounds amazing, but it also means more knobs to turn, more maintenance steps, and a bigger footprint on your countertop. If you've ever tried to fit a single-serve pod machine into a cramped kitchen, you know the kind of trade-off you might be making. Now, what actually sets the Pedrocchi apart from a regular home espresso setup? The biggest headline is the dual-pump, dual-boiler system. In practice, that means you can pull a shot and steam milk at the same time, without the temperature swing you get on a single boiler unit. I tried pulling a double espresso for a friend while frothing milk for a latte, and the machine kept both water and steam at the right temperature without any noticeable lag. For anyone who likes to make multiple drinks in a roast, a morning of espresso shots followed by a brunch of cappuccinos, that simultaneous operation is a real time saver. Another practical strength is the IntelliSpiral auto-dosing and tamping. The grinder feeds the beans, measures out the dose, and the built-in tamping mechanism applies a steady 33 pounds of pressure. If you've ever struggled with inconsistent tamping pressure, this feature removes a lot of guesswork. In a side-by-side test with my old manual tamp, the Pedrocchi's shots were more repeatable in extraction time and flavor balance. That consistency can be a game-changer for someone who wants K-Flavel drinks without spending hours dialing in every single shot. The machine also comes with 2 steam wands, a single hole for basic frothing and a 3-hole for more intricate latte art. I found the 3-hole wand actually gives you better control over milk texture. The extra holes let you introduce more air early in the frothing process, which helped me achieve a velvety microfoam for a flat white. If you're the type who enjoys practicing latte art on weekends, that extra wand is worth the added complexity. One feature you don't see on many home units is the quiet cold brew option. The dual pump can run a low-pressure extraction that produces a smooth cold brew straight from the machine, bypassing the need for a separate cold brew maker. I set it up with a batch of medium roast beans and, after a few hours, had a really tottering cold brew that tasted cleaner than the batch I made in a French press. For hot weather climates or for those who love iced espresso drinks, that's a neat bonus. Now, let's get to the downsides that matter once the box is opened. The first is the learning curve. Even though auto-dosing and tamping remove a lot of manual steps, you still need to understand the grinder's 35 settings, the optimal brew temperature for different beans, and how to clean the dual boiler system. The machine's manual is thick, and the on-screen menu can feel a bit cluttered if you're not used to navigating through multiple screens. I spent a decent amount of time just getting the grind size right for a light roast, and until you hit that sweet spot, you'll see over-extracted, bitter shots. Maintenance is another practical concern. The dual boiler means you have 2 heat exchangers to decal, and the auto-tamping mechanism has moving parts that need periodic cleaning. If you're looking for a set-and-forget unit, this isn't it. The machine also takes up roughly 15 inches of countertop width and sits on a fairly heavy base, so you need a dedicated spot in the kitchen. For renters or people with limited counter space, that can be a deal-breaker. What about value for money? The Pedrocchi lands in the middle of the homebarista price range, more expensive than a standard semi-automatic machine, but cheaper than a professional-grade commercial unit. Considering the dual boiler, built-in grinder, auto-tamp, and cold brew capability, you're getting a lot of functionality in one package. The 3.5-star rating from 93 reviewers suggests that most owners find it competent, But the lack of a strong consensus means you should weigh the features against the effort you're willing to invest in upkeep and learning. So, who should buy this?